You can now get a 30-day trial to experience The Athletic for free. Visit the link in the description below to try it now. 26 years after a Massachusetts-based teacher named James Naismith first hung a peach basket from a gymnasium wall to tame a class of rowdy boys with a ball game that he'd invented, the sport had developed into a popular pastime that demanded its own form of footwear. Basketball evolved over a course of decades into one of the world's most popular sports, followed by millions of fans all over the globe. And the choice of shoes worn by its players spawned a subcultural phenomenon. This is the history of basketball shoe culture. The Converse rubber shoe company launched its first mass-produced basketball shoe in 1917, the iconic Converse All-Stars. The simple design, with its thick rubber sole and ankle-high canvas upper, remains a popular fashion choice to this day. An inherent advantage basketball shoes hold over the bespoke footwear of other sports, such as American football, soccer, or golf, which of course aren't suitable for casual wear. Converse also pioneered the marketing tactic of attaching the name of a popular player to a product. Semi-professional player Chuck Taylor played for the Converse All-Stars Industrial League team, while also working as a traveling salesman, conducting basketball clinics at high schools around the country to promote the shoe. In 1932, his signature was added to the shoe's ankle patch, and the Chuck Taylor All-Stars were born. And while it is difficult to imagine the NBA's current stars sporting a shoe that would feel heavy and inflexible compared to modern on-court footwear, Chuck Taylor's remained the shoe of choice for basketball players up until the 1970s. By then, rival brands were beginning to chip away at Converse's mammoth market share. Adidas teamed up with superstar centre Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Puma partnered with Knicks legend Walt Frazier to launch the Puma Clyde, which boasted a stylish suede design. Nike released their first basketball shoes in 1972, but it wasn't until the advent of the Air Force Ones 10 years later that they emerged as a major player in the basketball shoe space. NBA stars Moses Malone, Michael Cooper, and Jamal Wilkes were among the first to sport the brand's attractive new release. And in 1984, Nike partnered with a promising rookie to revolutionize the increasingly entwined worlds of sports apparel and athlete endorsements. It was considered something of a gamble for both parties when Michael Jordan signed a $2.5 million deal with Nike before entering the NBA. Shoe endorsement deals at the time were typically worth low six-figure sums. Nike were betting big on an unproven player, while Jordan had his heart set on striking a deal with Adidas, whose popularity dwarfed that of Nike back then. But the gamble more than paid off. Nike had hoped to gross $3 million in sales of Air Jordans in the first 4 years of their relationship with the Chicago Bulls star. But so popular were the rookie's signature shoes that they grossed $126 million in year one alone. Now, a large part of that initial success can be attributed to the controversy the Air Jordans generated. At the time, the NBA mandated that all on-court footwear had to be at least 51% white. When Jordan took to the court for an exhibition game in October 1984 wearing a predominantly red and black shoe, the league swiftly called foul on the rookie's footwear. As it happened, Jordan wasn't even wearing his Air Jordan 1s, but rather a precursor line, the Nike Airship. Nike's response was to ensure that there was enough white on the Air Jordans upon their 1985 release to meet the regulations, but also to screen a TV commercial insisting the NBA can't stop you from wearing them. Rumours circulated that Nike were footing the bill for the fines levied at Jordan for continuing to wear the prohibited design, and the basketball world's shoe obsession was born. In 1986, the Converse Weapon invited fans to show their colours on their feet too, making the shoe available in colourways to match the NBA's most popular clubs. The same year, Run DMC released their song My Adidas, adding to the growing synergy between hip-hop culture and basketball through a shared affinity for sports shoes. Converse tapped into this connection in a TV ad for the Weapon, which featured a sketchy attempt at rapping from NBA stars such as Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Isaiah Thomas. In the 1990s, Adidas and Reebok also embraced the age of individualism sweeping the sport. Adidas produced Kobe Bryant's first signature shoe in 1997, while Reebok had signed Shaquille O'Neal to a multi-year deal back in '92. Reebok could also count enigmatic 76ers guard Allen Iverson among their stable of NBA superstars. No individual was more synonymous with the symbiosis between the NBA and hip-hop than the 2001 MVP, and his line of Answer shoes pushed basketball footwear further into the mainstream. In 1995, Houston Comets legend Sheryl Swoopes became the first female basketball player to launch a pair of signature shoes. The Nike Air Swoopes went on to see 7 incarnations released before the first line was retired in 2002. And 20 years on, Breanna Stewart has become the first WNBA star in a decade to have her own signature line, with the Puma Stewie 1 released in 2022. Signature shoes are a way to connect with your favourite athlete. The Seattle Storm power forward said, "If you wear what they wear, you feel like you can play like them." Basketball footwear fandom has infiltrated the digital realm too. The latest versions of the NBA 2K video game series have included a shoe creator mode, allowing players to customize their own brand of footwear, taking inspiration from the real-life designs worn by NBA stars. And NBA players are among some of the keenest basketball shoe collectors around. Washington Wizards forward Kyle Kuzma has parlayed his passion for on-court kicks into a multi-year deal to be an ambassador for the footwear resale app GOAT, while 76ers veteran PJ Tucker estimates he spends as much as $200,000 a year on basketball shoes. From the first Converse All-Stars to the 20-plus designs to have borne LeBron James's name over a century later, basketball shoes have become a multi-billion-dollar industry around which a vibrant subculture has grown. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you do enjoy Tifo, you'll probably also like The Athletic. It has the best team of basketball writers in the world in a personalised experience connecting you with the teams that you care about the most, plus direct access to world-class journalists through live Q&As. And you can try it now for free for 30 days.